Go live. You know what? I don't think I was this whole entire time I was talking. I was not live this whole entire time. But all right, now I'm live. So boom. Thank you again, Tamara. Thank you. This is the official live. 1 minute late. This is the official live. I'm gonna say thank you again. And yeah, I was talking this whole entire time thinking I was live. Still trying to get used to this streaming stuff. But yeah, as far as what I want to do today for this building stuff series is, go over this one tool that I came in contact with, which is the Cumulus CI. And CI pretty much stands for continuous integration. So if you're new to software and all these other things as well, is that usually there's like different platform that allows you to do things and then pretty much instead of like kind of like going from one platform to another one to another one to another one, everything could be like really streamlined and taken care of with just like a middleman tool that deals with that kind of stuff, right? Integrating those two platforms that you're trying to communicate with. In this particular case, there's an integration with like three platforms that I'm working with, right? I'm working with Salesforce Orgs, that's one platform, and VS Code, that's another one, and GitHub. So those three platforms, right? But pretty much the VS Code is gonna be like the central command center for all this stuff and all these things. So all the events that happen in the VS Code is gonna kind of kick off all these other chain reaction stuff on these platforms. So I don't have to do it by hand constantly. So that's the whole point of learning this one tool so I can, get really familiar with it. I'm gonna be using a Salesforce Trailhead module to get started with it, but then I'm gonna be looking more into some documentation after I, review some of the Salesforce stuff. And yeah, so let's get started. Let me switch up and get my screens ready. So like I said, I was not ready. I was not ready. All right, here we go. Boom, got that screen. And this is the Trailhead. So trying to see what project I'm going to use with this. I already got a GitHub account set up for this and everything. I'm just trying to see what I'm going to do with this. I might use my actual app that I created, which uh, if any of my friends and the people who's asking me to use the app is essentially ready, and I'm ready to give it out to you guys. I want you guys to start testing it. So I'm gonna let you guys know like the steps and stuff to test it pretty soon. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that as probably as soon as next week if you are listening out to this stream. So look out for that pretty soon. All those people who hit me up saying that they want to use the app, I'm gonna give you some instructions in setting it up on your phone or your computer and so on. So that's gonna be pretty tight. All right, cool. All right. Another thing too, because I don't have dual monitors. I'm gonna get dual monitors. Like I don't know why I haven't. Like I'm still debating. Like yo, why I didn't just drop some money just to buy this $254 monitor? I don't know, because me as the most part, I don't really need two screens open. If I'm like coding something, then I'll go back and forth. I don't want to like turn my head too much. So I usually just stick with one monitor for the most part. Even if I'm like when I'm working, I'm just looking at one monitor. I hate the going back and forth and like code switching. Let's see. So I had this, so I don't miss out on any comments. I'm just gonna look at my own stream. That's what I'm gonna be doing here. Look at my own stream and see if any comments come through. Because last time when I was doing my building stuff stream, and just cut down the volume here, and boom, I'm ready. I'm set. I can see your comments. I can see everyone's comments. even play some music in the background. Let's see if you can play some music. All right, this is my portfolio website, which I need to update. Let's see what I'm gonna listen to today. Some Brazil lo-fi hip hop. All right, set. Mm. All right. So let's kind of like go from the start for this. All right. At first, they're just talking about Cumulus at the very beginning of this thing and setting up your, environment. I already had VS Code set up over here. I already set up like my sales. I think I set up my Salesforce stuff. Maybe I need to do that. Let me do that first. I think I already had this GitHub feature enabled on my stuff because, yeah, it allows you to create Scratchworks. And so the Scratchworks. So those who are not familiar with Salesforce, Scratchworks are just essentially temporary orgs that get spun up from your dev hub. And yeah, you can just, experiment on these orgs, develop on these orgs, and so on. And there's like, they call them persistent orgs, like another word for sandbox. And those are like, there's there's different types of sandboxes out there. You have the dev sandbox, you have the dev pro, you have the partial 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 sandbox, the full sandbox, and I think that's it. Partial sandbox and the full sandbox. Partial allows you to get like half of the data from production. Full sandbox give you all the data and production that you can test with in that environment and so on. So in this particular case, these are just like essentially small little dev sandboxes that you can spin up off the dev org, the dev hub org, and yeah, just spin them up. And I guess this is the whole point of CumulusCI is to spin up these scratch words for you. But like one of my hard points with like Scratchworks is that spinning them up and getting them all set up. Yeah, you can do all the command stuff and to set them up and actually get data imported into them, but it's just like sometimes it's such a pain. And like if I don't spend time to figure it out, and I dealt with teams using Scratchworks, but they haven't like used it to its full capacity. So I just stick to this regular, persistent sandbox or the regular dev orgs in order to develop my work. I never really try to spin up any scratch works if I didn't have to. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm pretty sure I already got this set up for the most part, but I don't think I'm ever gonna use the development the scratch words yet. I might challenge myself to do it, but probably not in the next couple of build series. I'm just gonna use a persistent org to do my development. And then I got this installed already, this command line interface. Then team needs to install configure tool says the it's in the community. They're gonna use this to create scratch words. Before the team will use this commands to prepare and build these scratch words. All right. Then I already got my GitHub set up, connected to like my computer. So cool. So these are just like some basic requirements. This whole entire thing is doing it. I don't use the GitHub desktop management. They probably put this in there for those who want like a visual sense of what is happening in your machine in the background. But I just, I just use like command line stuff. I can like kind of go over as like you can do a lot of things from the command line without actually having this GUI, this graphic user interface that the GitHub desktop pretty much provides you. Oh, and another thing, shout out to Chantel for, my stream yesterday. That was really awesome of you. Definitely was definitely having like a down day. Came across some bad news, and definitely the interactions and stuff brightened up my day, and just sharing the knowledge and being able to get that information out there to the people. So once again, thank you very much, Intel, for you know shouting me out and bringing the squad over and showing the love. So yeah. Oh, so all right. So here we go. Here we go. So we good. We good with this. CumulusCI, and then before you can set up, use CumulusCI, then Tresha, Maddie, and Isabel must meet these requirements. So the user admins and they got all this stuff set up. They're pretty much telling the story. This is one of the reasons why I like the trailhead modules, because they like to tell a story behind it. If more training stuff was like this, and then I feel like it'll definitely stick more. All right, so for the most part, I got all these things. So let me go to the next step. Maybe I should actually complete these and sign in too. So let me sign in so I can like get points, because points these days are very very sought out. So let me switch my screen so I can log into my trailhead. All right. All right, signed in. Cool. All right. Let me see if I can answer some questions off the top of my dome. Oh, I already got this one. Boom. I'm already ahead. What's up? See, I must have started this. Yeah, I did started this when I came across this tool. I was like, yo, let me learn this thing. So I probably just got started with it. All right, so let me install this. See this information, because I didn't install it here. All right, here's the documentation. Go there. All right, you got Mac, you got Linux, and we got install Python. Then install this. Okay. I just recently installed Python on my work laptop. So I remember this setting right here needs to be disabled, because it's going to be really important for the path to have more than 260 characters. So that's going to be important. All right. Just make sure I remember all this stuff. Oh man, documentation is beautiful. This is going to be important too. And then after that, cool. All right. Now you can see me install some software, you know what I'm saying? So I can actually start developing. All right. So we're going to start with that. Can I? Nope. Let me set up my code. Set up. Looking good. I wonder if, yeah, I might, why not? Well, not this one. I don't want to set it up for this one. I want to set up with maybe my actual Salesforce. Yeah, I'm gonna do it with my Salesforce deal analysis app. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. The terminal, editor. All right. First thing I'm going to do is install Python. So let me install Python. Pretty sure I got a 64-bit machine. The latest one is Python 10, but the one they mentioned is 8. I remember recently I just installed like probably 10 as of recently. It cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier. All right. Yeah, I got the latest Windows, so not worried about that. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. All right. Is it to have? Ooh. All right. So you might not see what's going on in the background for me, but right now I'm just installing Python. Just went through this whole entire Python website to install Python 10 and see what it does. And Tamara, what's with the face? What are you happy? It's like you're tired. Let me know. Let me know. Mhm. So Python is the background language that allows CumulusCI to work. Good to know. Good to know. So I never really know like some of these things that's happening in the background or the efficiencies behind it, but I know how to install it and make it work on my computer and make it do what it does. Like it just works. As long as it just works, I'm okay with it. Maybe one day I probably will go in depth and understand how these installer works. Mainly it's just like downloading like some pieces is like downloading binary and binary codes that see that's it's just the binary codes. Like that's all I can remember. All right, so successfully installed. Boom. All right. Next step. What's the next step? It kind of already added automatically add the path to it. Oh yeah, see, I did do that. Yeah, hit install. Yeah, I hit disable. Now I can do this particular command, such as so I can do anything from this or use my current terminal that I have open. I might have to restart my terminal because this is what happens too when you just recently installed stuff. Like these commands don't work automatically. You got to like restart your terminal. So let me see if this will work. Exactly. So, kill the terminal, create another terminal. Still doesn't work. Maybe I have to also restart my VS Code for this to work. So I can show you guys what's going on. All right. So I'm gonna restart my VS Code really quick. And while it's that restarting, I'm gonna see this works. All right, cool. Nope. All right. Now let's try this command again. See, told you. All right, now it's installing. Doing a whole bunch of magic in the background. All right, so new release of pip available 223 to update. Just do the upgrade here. It should update it. It might be worth it. So I'll have to update it in a while. So let's do it. Uninstalling 22, successfully uninstalled. Now it's going to install 23. All right, cool. We got that. Now let's go into the next step. Next step, to permanently modify the default environment variables, click on and search, and then open system properties and click advanced, and then that, and then change the system variables you need. Non-restrict access administrator to your machine, and then add these particular paths. All right, so I'm gonna add these paths and stuff in my background real quick. So you guys more than likely don't want to see all that interesting stuff. So I'm just adding these variables to my environment variables. All right, go to system, edit. Oh, no, I definitely got more than that, don't I? Oh yeah, forgot I got click path. Dang, look at all this stuff I have in my path. It's ridiculous. So much stuff. All right, I have 10. So let me add 10 rather than 8 because this is gonna mess up right here. But it worked perfectly. I wonder because I typed in dot execute, if that made a difference in determining which Python executable that I can run. So I wonder if that's the case. All right, getting distracted, getting it back. Add the path. That looks good. All right, everything looks good. Did that. Now we can go back to, check if the command actually works. So we're gonna do pip version here. All right, pip. I might have to do the same thing or just open another terminal in the background, but I want to show you all these commands. So hopefully it works on the first try. Nope, it doesn't. I have to close out my VS Code again. Oh, this is such as life as a software engineer. All right, let's see. Oh, it pulled up automatically. Nice. They had to pull it up again. All right. I wonder how you get rid of this like history restore stuff. Like, I think it's cool that you can restore like all your commands and stuff, but it's like I don't think I need that for every single session. See that? I don't. I don't think I like that. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of that somehow. It's probably some kind of setting I have on my VS Code. Oh yeah, pip. All right, so that command works. That looks good. Now, the next command. Wait, go back. I went down too far. Yeah, I went completely too far. What happened? All right, so this is the command I'm about to put in now. So now I gotta finally install the CumulusCI, and this is gonna give me the command line interface commands for CumulusCI. CI. All right, so let's do that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, I like this now, so I can just look at my phone and see if I have chats that's coming through. So yes, I know you tired. I know you tired. Well, hopefully you get some rest tonight. So I like this better right here because this is not like kind of like blinking. Usually with like other installs, they have like different ways how they want to show you they're installing the software. And yeah, I like this better than all these other command line installation stuff that they be showing like blinking text and stuff. But yeah, this before you start working with a new tool, this is all you have to do. Got to figure out all your dependencies and stuff. As you can see, I had to download Python, which is like one of the well-known programming languages out there. Then download pipx, which I have no clue what that is. Maybe I can look it up now. I just know it gives you access to like other packaging possibly, but let's see. We'll switch while we waiting for that install. So what is pipx? So packages in separate environments. This is where you might be interested in using pipx. Pip versus pipx. The two used for installing Python commands, not for installing dependencies in your packages. Okay. Is a tool in Python that allows you to run Python packages. And maybe that's what it is, Python packages. And that makes more sense because, Cumulus CLI might be a Python package that's available somewhere globally. It's a tool and that allows you to run Python packages that have a CLI command line interface in the global context of your system. It uses its own environment for managing the packages. Here we will cover its installations. Da, da, da. Aye. Hmm. Okay. That's cool. Well, you learn something new every day. All right, so we finally finished installing Cumulus CI. Now, they even give you little stars. I like this. Like, when the command line became so fancy and started doing emojis and stuff. I remember seeing it like a long time ago, but now, seeing it like recently is like so awesome. All right, so cool. Now, what's the next step? Next step, verify your installation. I think another thing too, might have to restart in order to show this command. Because usually I would just open up another command prompt window to run the command again. Because when you open up a new command prompt window, I guess it retrieves all the recent like things that were like installed. So it just captures it and just holds it there. And that's why you might have to restart the the command line prompt or your terminal to get the most recent change that was installed. Because this is taking entirely too long just to show the version number, which makes me think that it's searching and it's like we can't find what you're talking about in our recent pull when this thing was created. I might be wrong in this situation though. You may never know. I wouldn't. I never really tried this. Oh, I can pin messages. I can even add as a moderator. So that's awesome. Oh, I can even put users in timeout. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, let my stream get really big and I put users in timeout. It's like, hey, you in timeout. Talking too much junk. Come back when you can talk proper. All right. Yeah, this command is taking entirely too long. So what I'm going to do is see what the next step is. The next step is, oh, what's going on? All right. All right. So cool. So I already got this installed, this piece right here. I'm not exactly sure if I do have this set up for the features. Then connect Salesforce DX to your GitHub, your DevHub org. I wonder how can I check. And then after that, oh yeah, that's gonna be important. So now I gotta get a token, so I got to have to do this off stream, but I'm just gonna tell you guys that's what I'm gonna be doing pretty soon. Yeah, I did read this. I read some documentation about this, but that token is gonna be really important, so I can have access to, well, CCI, CumulusCI, to have access to GitHub to do the things that it needs to do for the GitHub actions. So yeah, all right. I wonder if I can draw this out too. I haven't used this little thing in a while. You see this? Put on it. Yeah, you see this thing? I haven't used this in a while. I'm gonna try to see how draw this out. What is happening, and hopefully to see how I'm gonna use this for my purposes and see if it's beneficial to any of the work that I do with like my current team and stuff. All right, I'm gonna have to set this up because I have no USB outputs. Plug this up too. Ah, install driver. I know I haven't been gone that long for this thing. Gotta install another driver. All right, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, it's working. Okay. Oh, do you want to make changes? Yes. All right, let me get back onto this again. All right. So, okay. All right. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. All right, so here's my VS Code. Now I'm gonna have my, my org is gonna be my dev org, and I'm gonna have my, oh no, make a cat. Should I make a cat? Yeah, I'm gonna make a cat because this is my GitHub. So what I'm essentially trying to do is that the CCI Cumulus is gonna be the piece that I need to integrate in between these two things seamlessly. So like when I do a command here, it's gonna automatically pull information here, and that's gonna be great. And when I do another command, it'll do that too. And I think with CCI, you can do these things called flows, like CCI flows. And essentially what this is commands that are ran in sequence. So that's gonna, really streamline the process. So instead of doing an individual command that does the pull and do the push, then I can just do one command entirely that does all that information. And yeah. And I think CCI does a lot of stuff with GitHub too, with like the GitHub actions. So that's gonna be cool. Yep. So pretty tight. All right. So getting back to this, let's see if I finish that command. That command is still, that Y'all didn't even push enter, yo. Tell me I didn't push enter. It just ran. I'm so upset with myself. I swear I pushed enter. I swear. All right, so it ran. Everything looks good. CCI to give me the version. You have the latest version. Blah blah blah. Cool. See the latest. All right. Let's check this out. It allows use of static release notes. Do all that. Do that kind of stuff. Boom. Fix issue with capture sample data and record type capturing. So I think this was like a really good thing too that I saw is that CumulusCI allows you to export data from like an org, and then you're able to load it in a Scratch org. And that was one of my biggest issues with Scratch orgs is that it's so difficult to figure out what data you can load when you already had data like in a persist org, like a org that is persistent. Like I said, Scratch orgs are just temporary. And being able to load that data whenever you need to add that to the Scratch org, I think that's just so essential. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So hopefully, I set up a flow, a CCI flow that makes it where I pull the data from like my org, then be able to create a Scratch org, then load that Scratch org with all the configurations and stuff that I want to add to it, just the things I want to work on to that thing, and also load the data there as well. Do that all in one particular command, yo. You're gonna see me jump for joy, cause yeah, I hate dealing with Scratch words and hate dealing with like doing that process. If I can figure that out, yo, the team, my team, and other teams that might want this, yeah, they're gonna be pretty excited. So maybe in this building series we can get that pretty soon. All right, so let's go back to this. Now I gotta see if I had this enabled, because I'm just gonna use the dev org that I already been using. All right. So consider these factors if you select a trial or developer edition or you can create up to 6 Scratch orgs and package versions per day with a maximum of 3 active Scratch orgs. Trial orgs expire on their expiration date. Dev edition orgs are inactive. Of course, dev edition orgs that are inactive for 365 days are deactivated. You can define a namespace in the developer org that isn't your dev org. Your development org that isn't your dev hub. And you can enable dev in the development org that doesn't contain a namespace, which is cool because sometimes I don't really want a namespace, but yeah. If you plan to create package versions or run continuous integration jobs, it's better to use a production or business org as your dev org because of higher Scratch org and package version limits. Package versions are associated with your dev hub org with a trial or when a trial or when it expires, you lose access to the package versions. I don't know what that means if you lose access to the package versions. All right, but let's see. Log in, or your business. If you don't see them in the settings, make sure your org is one that supports it. Enable. That's pretty much it. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, show my beautiful face. for a little bit while I log in to my org. If you wonder what I'm bopping to, is this right here. All right, going back to this. So setup, dev hub, and it is enable. So I was right. All right, cool. All right, so that's good. So I'll create and manage the commands from the command line. Scratch words are disposable. Without using us. You can share about your scratch words and details. Link namespace words. You can link namespace words to device for use. You can't disable this setting. Yep, sure can. Enable source tracking in sandboxes. Track changes that are made in development and times use this to view, pull, and push changes in sandboxes. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So we got that set up. And we already, I'm pretty sure, be sure to use this option. If you have this install and you connected to the unit and set the setting and this to verify. So yeah, because I need to verify if this is actually the case. So going back. All right. Yeah, so I do have it, but it's under a name. I don't know why I have that on here set. I want to get rid of that. It's like some old project stuff. So what I'm gonna do is don't save. Let's see here. How can I remove that? Uh, to remove dev default no hub. I don't want to delete this scratch away. You can just do that. Let me double check this. Pretty sure this is not the case. What's this at? You can run a DX compare file call. Use. All right, let me see if this file actually exists. So it'd be interesting to do that. I do like this better, just log out, but I kind of want to see how this works too. So probably ain't gonna see this in the background. And then what else it said? Find the JSON. I see multiple JSONs here, but the one that I want is probably this one. And then instead, inside the file, the hashtag hashes for the exams, refresh the token and all the goodness. That doesn't mean the accident, so simply delete that file. Okay. That's probably what that command does that I saw below. Error. Okay. I'm wondering if you see this because it shows a whole bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure these tokens are like completely expired by now. But it's interesting looking at all this information. So cool. That makes sense. Let me go. I'll go run that command, see if that file actually gets deleted when I run the Salesforce logout in the alias. What it's done is that if that was your default, you're left without a default word. And if that was your default, you know, use to repair. Ooh. Default tell user to repair. This one is weekly being removed as a non is in that way delete but only remove from the list. That is what cues. What is that? Is I sure sensitivity scratch or dev? Use that where even though it isn't a scratch on the only the word no the old no appears for create a new dev hub and register with this that move the D marker to my node. All right, let's do that. I'm gonna do this because I think this will like log it out. But first, I need to do the command again so I can make sure to remove that default. All right. She wanted yes, important. You need a password to reauthorize scratch orders by default. It's going to have no password. If you still need your scratch orders runs before running and logging out. If you don't need the scratch orders, yeah, sweet. Now run that command again. Nice. The awesomeness is gone. I like that. All right. So now I need to go back here and connect the dev hub org here. So it's going to show me how to do that. Other than or is using a web server flow. Then set the alias as so and so. Right. If you authorize a dev for using this parameter, if you want the dev or dev org to be default for the commands that self target parameter. Yeah. So this is what I want. So I'm going to do this command and then, do that. If you are using your own connected app, use this. Cool. All right. More likely I'm gonna get sent to a login screen and do all that login stuff. So, the only command that you might be seeing is, I don't know, it's probably setting my user. Oh, well, I call it my hub org. I cancel it for now. I'm gonna cancel it because I'm gonna call it something else. That's a control C if you want to cancel your batch job. Then recall it. So now I want to call it all right, we Gucci, we in there. Another email I need to get rid of, but oh well. Let's see what's happening. Cool. Oh, should I set it as global? That's the question. I think it's just local to this project, maybe. Did anything change over here? Nah. It's called a second attempt. Oh man. Need to call this proper, what it really is. We'll call it exactly what it is. I'll definitely update this later. I don't think this is a big deal, but I remember when I first created this project, then I had to do that. Save it later. Or maybe I could just save it now so I never have to worry about it again. All right. Looking good. Cool. So I got my thing connected as far as my dev hub org. That's cool. Now the next thing I need to do is do this part right here. So do the CCI command that connects my GitHub. And I think there's a whole thing that is involved with this that requires me to, get my token and stuff. So more likely I'm gonna have to, go offline to not show you that token. But let me see. I might not need that. Trying to see if I actually need it. In order to allow you to work with a repository and GitHub Connect as a service, then run this command to open a browser and authenticate with your units using the one-time code shown by the CLI. Verify the service is connected by running this list. All right. All right, dev hub configured. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, I want to run this list now. Just don't know what just happened there. All right. I might be missing something here. So configured to use the scratch words. I don't think I configured this yet, but even though I thought I did. Oh, no. I didn't configure it yet. But I do need to configure this. Task and create release. And yeah. So built-in is required to connect and run commands against persistent orgs. So that's cool. So this is what I'm gonna be doing mostly. I might challenge myself and try to do the scratch words and stuff, but we'll see what happens. All right, cool. So I'm gonna run this command, authenticate, all that stuff. So run that and see if I don't have to do that whole personal token thing. All right. So let me you probably already know my username already, but I'm just gonna go offline just in case. Yeah. All right. That's my username. Software. To use for tasks. Images to use. All right. Now it's asking me for another prompt to put in some more information. So I have to double check that information. Settings. Select it. All right. Okay. I think this is because I got my GitHub set up for the multi authentication stuff. So I have to put in that code right now. I don't know if I have to Google one. I got so many multi authentication tools. Oh man, which one is it? Enter the screen. What? Oh, I can definitely get rid of this tool right here. I don't use this at all. Now it's gonna be tough because I don't know if I'm using. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yep. But see now, I don't know which tool I'm using for authentication for this. Like, is it? It says enter displayed on your device. Do I delete this app? by accident. This stuff would never ask you to enter your code on this page. Maybe I got email. I don't know. I have no clue. I think either my kid deleted my app or I deleted it by accident because I was trying to delete the app that she downloaded on my phone. But I cannot find my GitHub Authenticator app at all, which is super unfortunate. But I definitely remember having it on my phone. All right. I might give up on this part because I'm trying to see. Yeah. Now I gotta probably re-download this GitHub Authenticator. All right. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Oh man. I might be completely overthinking this and I don't need a GitHub Authenticator. See, I thought I had it right. I'm pretty sure I have it right. Oh no, I gotta let me check all these authenticators again because because that's not right. Yeah, I am so screwed. Yeah, so screwed. I have no way of authenticating in here. Let's see. The other way is getting the token thing. So I might have to go down that route. We'll see. Because I definitely set up multi-factor authentication for. I definitely remember doing a live stream or something like that when I set up. All right, I put in my multi-authentication and stuff. Wow, I gotta double check, man, because I don't know what authenticator app that I was using for this. The app on your phone to generate one-time codes. Hmm. So was the GitHub mobile app that I was using. I'm just looking at all my settings. Use this. Okay. No, GitHub mobile app is the thing I have on my phone to see my code. So that's not it. These are they can see app on your phone with the generated one-time codes. Oh, I don't know. Not exactly sure. We use for two-factor authentication by installing your mobile app and signing into your account. Last use for authentication, never. All right, maybe I'm not wrong with this. I do have the GitHub mobile app that is used for authentication on my phone, so I didn't get no code though. They didn't send me no code, and this thing is still running. The only thing I can do is close out of it and run it again. So I don't know why it didn't authenticate. Or send me a code at least. Nothing. Nothing at all. All right. All right. What I might have to do is do that whole token generation thing. So that's what I'm going to do instead because I'm getting stuck on this one. Okay. As enable restriction, will not be able to access your org until it has been approved by owner. Use it for instead. All right. Just to show you where I'm at right now. I'm pretty much trying to do this step right here. So rerunning this command, but instead I'm going to be using my token and username. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to hide a view again and show it again. All right. Yo, how you generate the token? How you do this thing? All right. When it's ready, click green button. It is ready. So now I want to do all the authentication. I ain't want to do it. You didn't want to do it before. That's why I hope I never lose this phone. This is how I have access to a lot of my stuff. All right, so what it's saying here is personal access tokens, classic functions like ordinary or off access codes. They can be used instead of passwords for GET over HTTPS, or they can be used to authenticate to the API over basic authentication. Now, so I can generate a code, I can tell it to have certain access to all this information on my GitHub repository. And for the most part, I can limit, I can give whatever. I'm trying to see what I want them to do. Um, don't want them to delete repositories. That's the only thing I don't want them to do. Audit logs, code space, full control of code space, ability to read and create code space secrets. I don't know if I want them to do that. GBD. Right, public users. So updating all user access notifications, just controls. I wonder what it says about what kind of access should I give them for the token. It doesn't really say. For Cumulus. Give it a short period of time access to do certain things. Upload packages to the package register, download packages and stuff like that. Delete packages. Nah. Rewrite or team is right. Team members. Nah. But for the most part, access public repositories, access repository invitations. So, wonder, can I access private repositories? I guess not. Full control. Oh, yeah, there it is. Full control of private repositories at the very top. Boom. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to give them all this other access to write registered and all this other stuff to repository hooks, unless that might be needed. I have no clue. I think it just needs to be able to update GitHub action flows. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure. I wonder what the hooks are for, because usually hooks are just like endpoints that you can tell the service to run. Right, repository weeks. I'm gonna give him access to that. That's it. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that about does it. I know these just guys been seeing my face for the most part, but I'm just dealing with a lot of sensitive information I'm trying to hold. And just bear with me. Um, Shoot, I'm gonna take a break after this personal access token stuff. You can have access. What? All right, now I'm about to run that command that I was about to run. Also, let me get it off of this token thing. So I'm off of that. Now, what I'm going to run is this command that we can get back to the show, get back to the business. Nice. Connected. Yes. Boy. Oh my gosh. All right, cool. We got that. So I set this token up to be, expiring like 30 days or so. Give it some very limited access to, some repository stuff in my GitHub. And I think it should do exactly what it needs to do. So let's go from there. I actually want to clear out my history of my GitHub thing, my command line prompt. So let me do that before I show you guys how to clear history on command line prompt. Here's a simple command. There are very few questions on command that are not answered on this. Ultimately, the history is clear every time you exit and restart it safe. Okay. Maybe this is just like a clear history. I'm gonna try this. All right. Maybe it's just like a VS Code thing because I cannot clear my history for some reason. Windows, bench, text editor, features, terminal, integrate allows history. Okay, bell duration, confirm kill. Controls and everything. Use commands to keep an history. Save history. Names user. Controls other look. Series enable. All right, I'm just changing my settings. Yeah, I can show you. I can show you this. Yeah, I'm gonna show you this. Right now, I just went to here, preferences, settings. I type here's history, and this is the setting down that I want to get rid of because originally it was at 50. I want to get it probably like maybe 3 or the last 4. Let's do 4. But I also want to get rid of it when I get rid of the terminal too. Inclusions rather to include results from the recent files, and this might be it. Control set the debug issues. I don't know. Persist cross Windows reloads. That might be it. This might be it here. All right, so this might be interesting too. When terminal process must be shut down, this determines when the previous terminal session content history should be restored and process be recreated when the workstream is next open. Restoring. All right. Restoring the process current depends on whether it's supported by the shell, time to persist. Revive the process after the last window is closed on the Windows or when workstream's command is triggered. All right, never restore the command buffers or recreate the process. All right, this might be another setting here too, so cool. So if I, kill this terminal, I'm gonna double check, make sure you guys don't see my personal thing. I can just automatically revoke it anyway, but it's security stuff, I know I've been doing this for a while. I know what not to show for the most part. You've probably seen some stuff, but there's some stuff that I put into play because I'm all into the security stuff. Nah, it goes back unless I gotta probably close out my terminal again. I gotta close out this whole entire VS Code so that setting can be put in place. Okay. Let's see if it actually works. It's giving me a whole bunch of random pieces. Maybe. I mean, it's definitely showing a whole bunch. I don't know what exactly it's trying to show. I mean, it's definitely going way back though. So I don't think it really worked. Man, at least it's getting rid of the token one. It got rid of the token one. Yeah, that's the one I'm really worried about too much. But like I said, it's gonna expire anyway. And I probably just won't do any up keys when I'm going through this live stream. I won't compromise the token. All right, so where I gotta go next? What I do next? So I got my GitHub authenticated, cool, with CCI. So this is what I'm looking at, y'all. Actually, let me double check something real quick. Close this out. Make sure. All right. So this is what I'm looking at. All right. So we don't got the enterprise version. Let's skip over that section. Work on an existing Cumulus project. Boom. Oh, good thing I didn't really set like a particular objective for this one because this is really just learning the ins and out of Cumulus CC, Cumulus CI, because there's a lot of stuff. So I think I got everything set up so far. I got a CCI, got a GitHub install, I got a GitHub project. Cool. Now, and the first thing that they're talking about here is, starting up a new CCI project. That's what I want to do. So yeah, got all that stuff, prerequisites, got that all that. Cool. We already did that. Project initialization. Now, I kind of want to do this one now. Then, so on doing that command within the Git repository, generate initial version of this file, which is the YAML file. So this is the file that we kind of did in a previous section with the GitHub action. So pretty much what this YAML file does, it does a lot of things step by step. And yeah, we're gonna be learning that pretty soon. Probably maybe even in the next session of learning CumulusCI. So cool. Actually, let's go back to this GitHub thing. What's going on to this GitHub? I completely forgot about this. All right. What command do you run to interact with CumulusCI? Boom, that one. What other tool is needed to set up CumulusCI? Yeah, I think it's this. Yeah. These don't make any sense, but yeah. All right. I already got this set up GitHub, connected to CI, learning the basics and all that other great stuff. So we kind of went over this, creating our, token and stuff. We did that. Did this, connect the CCI to the GitHub stuff. We all Gucci with this. Oh, yeah, I didn't have to do all this stuff because some reason like I probably got it on my settings for my GitHub to not just authenticate just by with this particular command. I needed to use like a personal token or something. So I couldn't go and do this, like hit the authorize that, whatever. It's all cool. But I'm not going to use this at all because I know how GitHub works in the background on my computer. I know how to use everything from the command line from GitHub. Don't need this. So let's finish this. All right, what do you need to use to connect to the username and password? Or you can use that too as well. You can do a person token, username, and posting token. Those are the main things, really. But what did it say here? So they went with the personal token with this one. What is the main function of GitHub for Trisha and her team? Provides a central collaboration, tracking, and tracking space. Automatically manages Scratch orgs. And I think that's what it is. Yeah, so let's do this. No? See, I didn't read the story. I didn't know what they were talking about. Maybe this piece. Yep. Nice. Woohoo! You got a badge. Oh, see, this is the one I was gonna go to next. But I was like, yo, let me just, try to read the documentation and read it from there. But I didn't see this one. So I'm gonna hard this one, and this one. Because I definitely want to learn the data management piece of CumulusCI. That would be interesting to me. Learn about the disorders, activate model. All right. All right. I'm going to take a little breaky break, but this all sounds fascinating. I do feel like I want to read the story, but I think I got everything I need. I don't want to hear their story. I want to make my own story, essentially. So that's what I'm going to be going towards too. But I'm going to take a little 5-minute break, come back, get some water, walk around for a little bit and do that. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So, where we left off, we pretty much installed everything we need to install. I already had VS Code, I already had a Git, um, and essentially, setting up Python. That's the only thing I didn't have set up on my computer. So, I guess I'm going to be doing some Python projects in the future, possibly. Um, yeah, keep it on there because, I guess, CumulusCI is one of those Python packages that I can use. So, yeah, but and also, connecting my GitHub with CCI. So cool, got that done. Now, the next part I'm about to get into is setting up my project to use Cumulus CCI commands. So, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I think I already set up the dev hub stuff too. So I set that up too as well. So that's gonna give me access to the persist org that I have right now. And yeah, that's gonna give me the ability to create scratch orgs and whatever. But I'm not trying to look for building scratch orgs. I'm just gonna use my persistent org. And I think that's all I really need in this particular case. I wonder I wonder if there's another command where I don't have to use the dev hub org in order to create scratch orgs. That's my hope. Like I'm just gonna use my persist orgs, forget scratch orgs for right now, just to simplify things. So before I do that, I'm gonna play you guys some music. This little piece I just recently learned. So maybe you guys can hear it, maybe not. I'm gonna just play a little bit, just keep my mind fresh. So don't know if you guys heard that. We'll see back. Go play it back in the stream. See how it sounds. So let's get back into it. All right. So kind of going off the script with this one. I'm not gonna do the Salesforce Trailhead anymore. I'm just gonna see what I can do to learn the rest of this piece, and I think it's just, initializing my project to use CCI. So boom, that's gonna probably be that. Then see if I need to do anything with like the connected scratchers. As you can see on the left hand side, manage scratchers or connect to a persistor, and that's the one I want to work with the most. I might get into automating data operations later on, but I might finish this out with like connecting to this piece and develop a project from here. But I think the first thing I need to do here is do this initialize thing. So let me do that. Copy that command and go to VS Code. Oh, I gotta set up my VS Code again. What happened? All right. I set up my VS Code. There it is. All right. Put that command in. It's gonna be my first time initializing this project to do it. All right, enter the project name. The name is usually the same as the repository name. Do not use spaces in your project name. Blah, blah, blah. Can I just present? All right, that's cool. Would it be? I wonder if I just present your, does it just give you the project name? I don't know. I'm gonna type it in anyway. Humans using an unmanaged package as a container for your project and metadata. Enter the name you want to use. Enter the name of the package you want to use. Use an unmanaged package as a container for your project's metadata. Enter the name of your package you want to use. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know they're gonna be asking me all these questions. Why you asking me all these questions? All right. Humans usually enter the name of the package you want to use. Oh, so yeah, it does give you little prompts here. It says it right here. Literally. So these are the name things I'm going to be prompted to do. Oh my god. This is the whole setup? Okay, cool. This is why reading is fundamental. All right, so let's read through this first before we go through this command. Is this a managed package? Yes, this package is managed. It's in the name of the package you want to use. I don't have a package name. Maybe I'm just gonna call it like software journal or something like that. Let me do that. I'm gonna call it software journal. Go back this. All right. Is this a managed package project? It is not. Salesforce API version. Shoot, your guess is good as mine. Salesforce metadata can be stored using metadata API format or DX format. Which do you want to use? God dang, I don't know. Just use the Salesforce one. I don't know if I want to use the metadata API one. See, I have no clue what's the difference at this present moment. All right, so let me read over the documentation. And essentially, what they're saying here is that DX format, aka SFDX format, stores data under the Force app directory. Cool. Metadata API is the older format and stores data under the source directory. I don't want to use the older format. I want to use the newest stuff. So I want the DX. So I'm gonna do SFDX. All right. Cumulus make it easy to build extensions or other projects configured for Cumulus like Salesforce, MPSP, and EDA. If you're building an extension of another project using Cumulus CI and have access to GitHub repositories, use this section to configure this project as an extension. Are you extending another such as I don't know. I don't know the difference. Tell me what's the difference. All right. So cumulus makes it sense. Building extension is gonna have use it. Man, I'm gonna say no. Are you extending another such as? Nah, I would say no because I have no clue what that is. What is this? This is the first time I'm initializing this. All right. Cumulus assumes the current Git branch is your default branch, and your feature branches are named feature, and then with the asterisks. Your beta release tags are named that. Cool. And then your release tags are named this. If you want to use a different branch tag naming scheme, you can configure it and override. Otherwise, just set the defaults. I'm going to set the defaults. All right, yeah, I'm going to set the defaults. Feature branch. Set that thing. Wait. Is your default? Oh, I just realized what happened. That's not my default branch. My default branch is main. Oh well. Well, dang. I should have changed it. Oh well. I'm gonna have to change something. Can I go back? I want to go back. I'm gonna cancel. All right. Well, the commands I have to do. Yeah. Let's do that again. Okay. It's because I'm tired. I'm probably gonna end the stream much earlier than usual. Probably gonna end in the next 30 minutes or so. Cause I'm just trying to finish this one piece. So I wonder if I should set it as the default. Main should be the default. Yeah, because I'm gonna merge. I'm gonna merge. Hey, what's up, Square Hemo? What's up? Is CumulusCI the same as Cumulo used for cloud storage? Yo, that's a good question. I have no clue. Your guess is probably better than mine's. But let me check it out. I gotta look. I gotta see what this Cumo. Let me see what that is. It's probably the same people who develop it, more likely. And you said it was with cloud storage. As it tries to provide everything you want from itself. Also, some reason I can't find this Cumulo. Is it Cumulus or Cumulo? That's the question. But I don't think it's the same thing. Oh, there it is. Is this it? Is it? I think this is it. All right. So it's a cloud integration made easy. Integrate the cloud. Unify views. Search all the clouds. Integrate all your cloud storage services in a unified and simple view. All right. So you just pull in from like different cloud storages so you can see in this one view. But it's not. So far I would say no. Because what Cumulus does, CumulusCI does integration with Salesforce and in the GitHub. So it integrates those two platforms. Like from doing their different commands, because Cumulus CI has this commands that integrate with that you can do Salesforce commands and also GitHub commands, and it does a lot of automation pieces that allow you to do the develop more faster and build out things without like really thinking about it, such as like running code scans on GitHub actions and stuff, and run things in sequence. So like going into like GitHub actions a little bit actually, because I did that for my last stream for building stuff. Um, and essentially what I was working with is just like YAML, like setting up a YAML on GitHub actions. And essentially that's what CCI does on the GitHub side. And then plus you can set up flows that you can run multiple commands to do certain things, like, run scans, um, deploy to like a Salesforce sort automatically upon pull requests and all these other things. And it's supposed to make that whole piece of, GitHub and Salesforce like very seamless. One enterprise which is using Linux and Snowflake. Now that you mention it, probably played back in the stream. Cumulus does do something with Snowflake. There's something that installs Snowflake with Cumulus CI. So maybe they have something working together with that. Maybe Cumulo is probably something. The same people who make Cumulus CI probably make Cumulo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is using Cumulo and Snowflake. So yeah, when I was installing like Cumulus CLI, it said something about Snowflake. I didn't know what Snowflake was, but I guess it's part of Cumulus CLI. So let's see, Cumulus CI and Snowflake. Oh, maybe it's this what I was thinking about, Snowflakery, but that's fakery. I don't know what that is. Yes. In other words, it offers a way to automate various processes. So it could be fakery. But let's see, it says something about Snowflake. So it's a tool to generate fake data directly into Salesforce database. So from what I can remember doing some AWS stuff, I think well, maybe not. Maybe it's not AWS, it's probably Apache. Can't remember what I was working on that dealt with Snowflake. But I guess it does generate the random data stuff. All right. I have to learn more, but work is kind of related. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is for like the Cumulus CI stuff. I'm just learning this for like my own purposes, because like my project is starting to use this. and I kind of want to, see how to better improve it with our particular development process. So I think it's gonna be super helpful trying to, make this stuff happening for us and improving our overall development stuff, over development, continuous integration, continuous development, on deployments and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely interesting how we're definitely intertwining with our work for sure. And all right, so I think the last thing I was working on is because I messed up the commands. I messed up the commands on the CCI. I'm gonna fix that now. So I'm gonna reinitialize this project for CCI to work on it. All right, I'm gonna call it. I could call it the same thing. I'm gonna see. Should I call it the same thing? If I set the default, that's what it's gonna set up. Um, um, don't know. I'm just gonna accept it. It's this, and it says nope. Um, said your guess is good as mine, and I said previously fxdx. Are you extending? Nope. I want to set up the default branch is that. Yep. Feature branch is this. Yep. Beta. Yep. Yep. All right. Cumulus Apex runs uses a Solar query to select which test is to run. Enter the penalty used to match test classes. Ooh. Hmm. So this usually I don't use capitalization. I don't use an underscore. So what I'm gonna do is do this. And yeah. Actually let me double check that matching because matches the ending. Use that word where is it so that match one to match the cases in that's the ending. Maybe I do need to add that underscore. Some reason I'm thinking in Apex. I don't know what the underscore does. The underscore is like I'm thinking of like a character as like if it matches like it has an underscore in capital T E in lowercase e s t. That's what I'm thinking. But maybe that means something different here. Into their so-called cure. Oh, so maybe I need to look at this because that maybe that will help me out a little bit more. Oh, so let me. So it's entering a SQL pattern to look at the metadata of the class that I'm calling to run test classes. So um pattern for ending and character and characters. Which ends with a particular character. Because when you put like the parentheses, not the parentheses, but the percent signs on both sides, you're saying that if it contains like anywhere in there, if it's anything like that, or yeah. So this way, this what would it be? Hey, what's up, Matthew? Is this not just a convention that lots of folks start testing with this? I just got here, so I don't have tons of contacts. The other is just a wild card. Yeah. Hey, hey. Yeah, it's just a wild card. So, um, I'm trying to remember the context of it, like with the wild card. It could be like if it begins or ends with this, and trying to remember because I haven't written a SQL query in like probably a couple of months now. Because most of the time I'm just like looking at other people's code, making sure it works properly. So, what do your test names look like? So they look like this. So let me show you. So where? Oh yeah, I'm on my main branch right now. So I was like, where's my classes? And then switch to my feature branch. All right, so they look like this. So I'm thinking that I need to put like a parentheses right there ends, but I can't remember because I have seen people use the convention of underscore test towards the end of their classes. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is it should be just like parentheses test. Yeah, if I'm wrong, then there's always a way to change it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'll do that for now. Do you do you want to check it because you just went? Yes, I do. All right. Minimum closing. Yeah, 75 is good. Okay, finally initialize CumulusCI with this project. Now, is there anything else? Well, yeah, thank you so much for coming in, providing value to the stream, Matthew and Squaremo, and also Tammy as well coming through. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is initialized with this, and so these are all the files that was recently created with that initialization. So I guess this sets up the test data that if I ever want to set up a scratch order, I can set up like test data for this. And then some other stuff, maybe like a org that I can test in, feature different orgs. Don't know what this file is for, but that's what I'm guessing that's what it's for. Probably for when I'm spinning up my scratch orders, I can have different orders I can spin up based off of these different configurations. Then let's see. Code coverage sucks. Oh yeah, code coverage does sucks. But see, you get so used to it, especially when you're doing like Salesforce development. Apex code needs that code coverage so you can push stuff to prod. You can literally, there's no workaround. It's like they would not allow you to push stuff to production. Like Salesforce does not allow you to push anything to production unless you have code coverage. And yeah, but I like the fact that you're, testing the limits and the edge cases of your code when you're doing your testing classes. So that's really tight. So this was created. Don't got a dot, don't got anything in that, but we got something here create contact robot. So it's just a random robot file that does stuff. I'm definitely gonna read up on this next time around and see what this file does for sure. Yeah. Interesting stuff. All right, so what else? A YAML file. All right, cool. So we got the little project name here. Got the version with the CCI. Got the package name, version number, and all that. Oh, see, here's the test class match, so I can change it whenever I need to. Then it goes to that robot folder to run the test. Then outputs those results in results, which is in that same folder, but I guess they never created a folder until you created it. And then some other awesome stuff as well. Cool. Yep. This might conclude this stream for today. I accomplished what I needed to get done. Just to give like a quick overview what was done in this stream. It says, oh haha, JSON, YAML. Let's see if we can get some XML, maybe a couple more formats in here. Right. Oh man. It got so many different files here. Like I never even heard of robot extension file before. But it's completely new. Also, yeah, good that you found where this setting ended up. Yeah, right. I know. So we can always change it. But yeah, so just like conclude of like what this stream was about. So essentially what I was trying to do is learn CumulusCI. Well, CCI was CumulusCI and a trailhead. For the most part, I went that path, but I mean, they start speaking about stories and stuff, and I like stories for the most part, but I kind of want to, dive into the deep dive into the documentation. So I transitioned from the trailhead to straight to the documentation on how to set up CCI on my particular project that I already have existing. So I went in the rounds of authenticating with, well, first I installed, Python. After I installed Python, I installed like pipx and stuff so I can install CCI, the Python package. And then after all of that, because sometimes you have to, you'll see if you play back in the stream, I had to close out my VS Code multiple times to make sure I had the right environments stuff set up. So my terminal can pull in the right environment variables to run those commands. So after doing that, I connected to GitHub and authenticated with GitHub by setting up my personal token and everything. So that was very essential to my GitHub because I guess it's like, however I got my GitHub set up, I couldn't just run the regular command to authenticate. I had to use my personal token to authenticate to my GitHub. And so I set that up and ran that command. You probably won't see that command because I'm not going to share that personal token. But yeah, you're probably going to see my face in the playback, just like talking about it, what's going on. Then after that, I got authenticated. Then I reset my default org because I had a previous project way back that I worked on and had to reset my default dev hub org. So I got rid of the other one, locked out of it, and then signed in with my new dev org that for my current developer edition org. So that's good. And from there, I was like, all right, cool. Let me initialize my current project for this. Everything is set up from GitHub. Everything is set up from my Salesforce side. Now let me set this up in my VS Code for my project. And I ran that CCI command that we just recently saw. And now we got all these extra files that I'm probably going to commit to my GitHub pretty soon. And yeah, I could probably finish that off. But before that, I'm gonna, check the comments before this stream is over and let you guys know, I'm seeing you on your way out, how often you're streaming. I'm trying and join a couple as I have time. So yeah, tomorrow I'm streaming tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central Time. And Thursday, oh, actually Thursday I'm gonna be off because it's a special day. I think you can probably check in my community tab for my channel to see like all the dates that I'll be out for this month. For the most part, I'm trying to do the building stuff series a little bit after March, like a week after March. But I have my office hour series where I just talk about a particular topic and answer questions for any developers that might have questions on their path on, getting there or trying to figure out what path they should be taking. And I just, usually I just pick a topic of the day, but I definitely go off script and answer any kind of questions during those office hours on Monday. So office hours on Monday, every Monday at 9 p.m. Central. Building series, building stuff series is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays usually. But this week, Thursday, I'm gonna be off because I got a special day that I'm trying to take care of my family. So I'm gonna be off this Thursday, but definitely coming back next Thursday for the Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday for building stuff. But I do appreciate you coming through. And I typed my password and clear on stream. Yeah, I had to like go through these streams, the different windows and stuff. But I know I can personally like revoke my personal access code and just like type in another one if I do compromise it for some reason. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible because these are live streams. Oh man. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, definitely check the community tab because I have it where I talked about like all the days I'll be out for March. But yeah, let's finish this up and um do some GitHub command stuff real quick so I can commit this stuff that I just recently initialized. All right. That looks weird. All right, so so there's another tab, another thing I didn't see right here. Okay. So that's a new file. It's an MD. Doesn't really do much, but I already have one right here. Let's see what that does too, because that was recently created. All right. And yeah, I'm gonna commit all those. But yeah, thank you for coming through, Matthew, for sure. And thank you coming through Square Mode and all that awesome stuff, man. Like I really appreciate you guys coming through. Yeah. Let's see. Initialize. Initialize CCI on project. Sweet. Yeah, man. That's it. That probably concludes the stream. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna conclude this stream. I got what I needed to learn about CCI for the most part. It's a really awesome tool. Hopefully, I can do some really awesome things on this building stuff series with it. And yeah, it's gonna be freaking awesome. Like last stream, was it last stream? Yeah, the stuff that I was doing with GitHub stuff that got me really excited about all this other stuff that CCI probably is gonna do with that GitHub Action stuff. It's gonna be freaking crazy. I'm gonna really streamline like my development process and make it super easy where I don't have to do a lot of typing. I just do one command and it just automate everything. But yeah, so wherever you guys are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you guys are in the world. Hope you guys do the best. be the best you are every single day. Oh, you almost joined the last stream. I see you soon. All right, cool. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well out there, and have a great day. Peace.